My beautiful people are back. Um, Shout out to those that are just jumping on, just finding out who I am. Carl Mays, the wedding MC, aka the King MC, the King Motivator, um, MC extraordinaire, should I say. One of the things I wanted to do was get a chance to be able to talk to you all again today. Every single day that I get a chance, I want to make sure I give up an MC tip because I think that's very important. Um, Shout out to I went to an event this weekend here in Houston. I'm in Houston, Texas, and that was MC. I don't want to drop names, because I don't want to, be able to bring nobody up and give them that extra promotion unless I get them on the show, and I'll be talking to y'all offline about that. But this is the Wedding MC TV, and the greatest things we want to do is to be able to give a spotlight to those that actually lead a lot of these programs, whether you're a podcast host, whether you are a host of a poetry spot, a host of, a club spot, whatever. We want to make sure we give y'all a platform so we can be able to get a chance to talk about, what it's like always being on the mic. How about that? Again, to give a little bit of credibility that without these people, your shows are nothing. And again, I just don't think that they move by themselves. It has to be, garnered with somebody who's leading, with expectation and making sure they're keeping that thing engaging, keeping it exciting, and pushing people, forward, and making sure that, people are having a great time. I really wanted to just kind of also think about the concept of why people go to events. Whether it's a educational event, whether it's an event where they're going to get a lot of information, or whether it's an event showcasing something, fashion shows or something like that, or whether it's an event where people are excited to be able to hear some comedians and you're a host, you're the MC, whether it's an award show. Whether it's sketch comedy, you always have to have a great host or MC, and we've seen it before. You can tell. Sometimes those that are very comfortable in that spot, and you can tell when some people are very uptight. But I think that we don't have anywhere to go to be able to talk about that. And this is where we are. Welcome to the Wedding MC TV. And I just want to say, if you know somebody out there that probably needs to see this, that you've seen, over a course of a time in your town or in your city or wherever you're from, shoot the page to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of those things that you hear on every other channel. And make sure I get a chance to subscribe. I wanted to start this organically because guess what? I want y'all to grow with me. One of my mottos, here we grow again. I love to have some fun on here. But anyway, I want to make sure we get a chance to jump into an MC tip. It's another one for today. This one is always dress appropriately for the event type. Always dress appropriately for the event type. That's key. And it's interesting because your appearance speaks volumes before you even say a word. Your appearance speaks volumes before you even say a word. I think when I hear that, it's kind of interesting because, some of the past videos we've done, I talked about, getting to know the event promoter or the event, the person that's putting on the event. And that way you understand their tone and texture of what type of event it is or what, what their expectation is. But if you don't, know that, then it's going to be hard for you to be able to understand, how to dress for the event. The worst thing in the world is for someone to call you and say, hey, we love your work. We want to, book you for this blah, blah, blah event. And you don't have your questions because one of the things about it, they're going to ask their questions. Their questions are going to be how much is your fee? Are you available? And things of that nature. Your questions and response is, whether or not, yes or no to those first two questions, but then also, too, what type of event is it? And that's important. And you knowing what type of event it is going to lead you down the road of what are the dress expectations. right? If it's a gala, you know, you definitely either have to be suited and booted or a tuxedo as a gentleman. As a lady, y'all know what it is. You know, semi-formal to formal. And, excuse me. And those things are important. So you have to be, you know, very knowledgeable at. Another thing I put on here is you want to dress to match the event's tone and level of formality. Dress for the event's tone and level of formality. For formal galas, wear a suit or evening attire. Casual events, go for a polished but more relaxed look. When in doubt, though, ask the event organizer what the dress code is so they can kind of guide you. And remember, this is key. Your outfit should help you blend seamlessly into the event while still looking professional enough to command the attention that is needed. Couldn't have said it better. This is what I wrote. I said I wanted to make sure it came across. Now, I get it. Now, let's dive into another aspect of that. I don't know why my throat is tickling. A very important part of all of this is this. When you think about it, this is the era where people have their own styles and their own swag, or should I say stilo, for a lot of people that know those terms. Your stilo might be, this is my look. I always wear this hat to the side, or I have a little, few things I do, especially when it comes to the nightlife that I just, that makes me be who I am and people recognize who I am. But it doesn't fit in every, you know, dynamic of an event that I may do. So you got to kind of navigate that and realize and still understand, like I said in one of the previous videos, it's not about you. So you don't want to do anything that takes the attention away from what the actual event is. However, if you are a popular head figure, or a public figure, should I say, out in the world, and people know you are based on something you do, whether it's the type of glasses you wear or whatever, then do it, but don't do it to where it takes away from the event itself. So very, very key things to remember. Now again, how do I give a great example of that? Not sure, but if I see it, I'll be able to show it. So I'll make sure I, in the future get, some B-roll clips to kind of throw in these videos so that, we can probably use some things as examples. But I think that's very important. And again, dressing appropriately has a lot of different aspects to it. It helps you complement the event, because one of the things that people will, remember is how well you did, but also, too, how you complemented the event by looking like you were a part of it. I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. This event, the event colors are purple, gold, and I don't know, tan. I know that sounded crazy. And you happen to wear plaid, but it was green, gold, and white. I don't know. Makes it look like you didn't know anything about the event, or you're doing your own thing, and now you become a distraction to the event. So the things that you're saying, they're hearing you, but they're not really listening to you because they're so distracted about what it is you have on. And they're wondering how that might have happened, especially if you don't address it. Addressing it is a whole technique, and we'll talk about that in probably one of the other videos, but you would have to take the elephant out the room, because everybody's wondering why you in these colors that have nothing to do with tonight. Did you just come from somewhere? It gets outrageously crazy. And if you've been, an MC and you're not just a novice, somebody that's new to it, then Yeah, people are going to be wondering. You're not going to know exactly how to wiggle out of that. And that becomes very challenging. So, dressing appropriately is definitely an important tip. The other thing about dressing appropriately is, let's say your talent is phenomenal. You're just a great host and MC. You have a very extroverted personality, and you look the part. It'll be a seamless evening. Easy money made, great evening. Your energy came across to the people, and things, are amazing. That makes your night that much more smooth. Secondly, it also is a great promotion and a great advertisement, which means that there'll be people that will be asking for your information by the end of the evening, and or the person that booked you, hey man, where'd you get this guy or this young lady from? I need to get their information, and they pass it on. So it's a lot of pros to being able to make sure that you dress appropriate for the function that it is. Now, again, the people that are there may end up booking you for, something else where it's truly dressed down. It gets kind of interesting sometimes when people see what you do and how well you do it at an event. They will ask you, "Hey, do you do family reunions?" I only said that because that happened this weekend. Yeah. What is it that you guys are having? Oh, we're just gonna have a great time, but we have a really big family, and we know we have this talent show thing that we're gonna do, and as a family, and we just want to make sure. I mean, that you just did tonight, we love that. We don't care what it is, but we want to make sure we book you and have you to come because you know how to be able to do that. Hey, say less. Look, I'll send you over the price sheet. We'll get a chance to be able to talk. We'll make it happen. In my mind, I already kind of know what event that is, and they told me it would probably be in Louisiana somewhere, and it's probably going to be like an outdoor pavilion. That lets me know I can probably wear some shorts, some cool warm-ups, or, you can do your little fly thing. It's not going to require too much. And just to be in part, if they have, I'm a big dude, so if they have a big enough size family t-shirt, I'll be part of the family that day. Give me one, you know? So all in all, you know that dressing appropriately for the event is a key tip. And you want to make sure you don't glaze over that, because I think that most of y'all already knew that, I would hope. And if you didn't, thumbs up, we're on the same page. More than anything, y'all, this is the Wedding MC TV. Another tip for the day. I want to make sure y'all keep it locked. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't be a gatekeeper. Make sure you share. I'm Carl Mays. I'll see y'all on the next one. See you in a minute. Make sure you keep it up and get these tips. Be jotting them down. In the meantime, I got some surprises that's going to be coming up in a few weeks. Keep it locked on the Wedding MC TV. I'll see y'all in a minute.